Okay. So, do you have any doubts so far?
No.
No. Yeah. We are into the discussion of how we are going to create the sagas, right?
Yeah.
So we have covered how the application is going to render based on the previous logged in URL, right? With suppose user didn't log in and he is trying to log in or trying to look for about page. That time what we have done, we are redirecting to login page. After that, once the login was successful, we are redirecting to whatever the previous page that he looks for before login, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So up to that we covered. Now it is time to go how we are going to have a call for performing a Redux saga, right? So yeah, if you see here, so whenever user clicks on the login button, right, what we are doing, we are dispatching an action, right?
Yes.
Okay, that action, what is the type of action that we are dispatching? This Redux Saga middleware will watch for that action, whatever we are dispatching. All actions it will try to watch. But whatever the actions that we watch, those only it will consider it. So for that, first we have to write a watcher saga for that. So if you see, yeah, just a minute, it is taking time to load. Okay. Yeah, you can see that we have done a submit button, right? You see for login, this is a button of type submit, right? Okay, for that, right? So whenever user clicks on the login button, what will happen? It is going to call this on submit function. Okay, if you come here, we are trying to dispatch an action, right? We are trying to dispatch an action of login, right?
Yes.
So this login is of type contains login. So what we have written, right? So for this login action type, we are going to look into Saga. So we want to make sure that for this type of login action, Saga should interfere between performing an action. So for that, okay, what we have done, we have created watch user login. Okay, if we go to watch user login, Oh yeah. If you see, right, we are using take latest. Okay, take latest will look for a particular type of action. Okay, whether it is dispatched or not. If it is dispatched, what it is going to take? It is take that action and it is trying to call this login saga. Okay, in this login saga, whatever the dispatched we have dispatched, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this step you understood, right? Just we are dispatching an action stating that request started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by using put command, we can dispatch an action in order to update the stored data.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, next what we have done, right? So we have to perform a login, right? Okay, for this login is a asynchronous call, right? So we have to use the call method. Okay, so call command. Okay, by using this call command, we can call any async function which is going to perform an actual logic for login request. Okay, so if you go to perform login method, okay, what we have done? We have done yield Axio post of email password, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once this is success, we are returning a response. If it is failure, we are returning an error.
Okay.
So now what you observe here, once we got the response back, right? So what we are doing, based on the response, whether it is success or failure. Okay, if it is fails, what we are doing, we are throwing error, right? Like an exception, correct?
Yeah.
So if we throws an error, what will happen? It comes to the catch block.
Mm-hmm.
So in that catch block, I am dispatching an action of type called login error and saying error details inside of my payload.
Okay.
Okay, in case of success response, I am saying an action called action or login success and passing the response data dot token and request props, right, for this payload. Okay, if you see in our login reducer, what it will do, once the login success, I am storing my user, right, into the local storage.
Yeah.
Okay, and I am updating the store information as well as I am pushing the actual state, right, to state it has to go. I mean to say for which path the request has to fill are the earlier previous from where the user comes to the login page.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. If you see the actual here, if you see user clicked on the login button, we have dispatched an action. Okay, so the Redux Saga middleware or the Watcher Saga holds the dispatched action, right, by using the take latest, correct?
Yeah.
So by using that, what we are trying to do, we have extracted the payload, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Just a minute, system hang. Okay, if you see this diagram, right? Correct. So if you see this login, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yield take latest login. Okay, so for this login dispatch action, it is trying to assign the task to the worker saga. Okay, in our case, the worker saga is the login saga. Okay, inside this login saga, okay, what we have done? We have by default whatever the dispatched action information, right? That will send the saga in the form of argument, correct? So now by using this information, we can get the user and email details. Okay, whatever the object that we dispatch by using action, that will comes to here. So we have to call the action or perform login. So if you see, worker saga creates the request and it executes the request. Once the request passes, it dispatch an action by saying fetch result success or login success. If it is success, it is going to update the state information into reducer, right? Once the reducer updates, the store will automatically got the updates.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So now okay, let me clear. If I log in, right? Okay, just okay, we'll use Chrome. It is not responding. Okay, now if I click on this login, right, login button, okay, now you can see inside of our login saga form, right, or the not login saga form, inside of our just a minute, let me see what is the okay props to this login saga is, right. Yeah, you can see, right, props to this login saga is. Okay, so inside of that you will have a type, right, whatever the request object that we sent, right, by using this patch, that will comes to this login saga. I mean to say for the worker saga. Okay, inside worker saga, what we have done, we have taken this user and email, these details to our actual async method to perform the request response logic, right?
Yeah.
So once we sent that, if it process whether it is success, then it calls the login success. Otherwise, it calls the failure, right? Okay, clear it? Any doubts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So next we will see how this books is going to work. Okay. So by default we have total items 0, right? Now if I enter okay, we can update that. Maybe I didn't update. So now you have to tell me what we have done in order to accomplish this task. Okay, I will show you what is the API that I am using to perform the book search, right?
Okay.
Okay, if you see here, it's Google Books by Corey, right? What we are passing, book title we are passing, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this one, axios.get, correct?
Okay.
Just I am returning this one. So now you have to tell me what is the what is the steps that we have to accomplish in order to get these details, right? Okay, first we have to dispatch an action.
Okay. Yeah.
Dispatch an action. Okay, once we dispatch an action, okay, with what information we have to dispatch an action? What is the search query on the search item that user is trying to dispatch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I can do, I can say type some search or something. What is the payload here? Correct? What is the item that user trying to look for? Right?
Yes.
Okay, this will act as what is next step? Define a worker saga, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
In order to look for this dispatched action type called such, right?
Okay.
Not worker saga.
Watch.
Yeah. Once the watcher saga takes this search request, what we have to do, it calls the worker saga, right? Okay, once it calls the worker saga, what we have to do, we have to update the, or we have to call the actual async logic to fetch the books information, right?
Yeah.
Okay, once the books information, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what we have to do, we have to update the store saying that request got success, and also update the response information, right? Correct?
Yes.
Once the store updates, what will happen? Our component will receive the information, stored information as a props, right?
Yeah.
Then automatically the component will update, right? Yeah, that's what you are seeing here. So when if I click on material, right? If you see, if I try to search, what will happen? First dispatch an action, right? Then after dispatch an action, it will update the information, store information, right? Okay, if you see here, this is user ladder, correct? I am dispatching an action called books query by passing payload as a material, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So once the now we need to see what are the sagas that we have written, correct? Okay. Now you can see this is the Swath saga, right? Okay, so if we dispatch an action of type Google Books query, you can see this is the type of action. Okay, so what it will do, it will take that action and it assigns the task to this worker saga.
Okay.
So this worker saga will take that action. Okay, inside that action a request, you have a payload, right? Okay. Payload will call, right, directly fetch Google Books by query, correct?
Okay.
So it returns as a response. Once I got the response, what I'm doing, I'm calling one action creator, right, by passing my response, and this response will goes to our producer, right?
Yes.
Where is this producers? Okay, if you see our Google Books query complete, so it updates the information in the form of items. Okay, once I receive the items, what is my next step? My next step is to update the UI information, right? So if you see, just a simple logic, right, to update in the UI. Okay, this is the input item I created, correct?
Okay.
Yeah, so just I'm passing books data here, component, correct? Calling a component called books data.
Yes.
Okay, so now it is not. Okay, inside books data, it is connected with the store, right, by using connect function, class based component.
Yes.
Once this update this items, right, you can see. Okay, once this updates the items, what I am doing, I am passing this information to my books, right, my book component.
Yeah.
Okay, so this book component, what it will do, it takes the each item and it will display the each book information.
Okay.
Clear, right?
Yes.
Any doubts?
No.
So I think you have to go through this once,
Yeah.
right? You will be able to understand. Just if you didn't understand anywhere, right, what you are going to do, right? You know how to debug, right?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Monica?
Yeah. Hello. I can hear you. Hello.
Monica, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. So,
Hello.
okay, now you can see this one.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Monica.
I can hear you actually.
Yeah, I am unable to hear you.
Okay.
So yeah, what I'm saying, right? You can start exploring this book's component or going through this code. Okay, and try to develop or simulate any example like this. Okay.
Okay. So usually APIs, you can just find anywhere.
Yeah, APIs. Yeah, you can find some sample APIs.
Okay.
Say Google, right? You can find like sample APIs. Like these are for testing even. You can see, right, request response dot in I cover. You can take this
Okay.
and the nearest API example dot some. Yeah, you can see them and try to simulate and try to work on that.
Okay.
Okay, so So far I covered all the React concepts. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with the material UI.
Okay.
So we have around 3 to 4 classes after completing of the material UI. Our course will be completed. Okay, just practice. If you have any doubt, just let me know. Tomorrow we'll meet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.